journey of voices of foreigners' experiences in Japan. Welcome to an intimate exploration of the life and story of a foreigner who has made Japan their home. Through a personal interview and heartfelt conversation, we delve into their motivations, challenges, and the remarkable experiences that have shaped their journey in the land of the rising sun. Join us as we hear their voice, their struggles, their growth, and the profound impact that Japan has had on their life. Can you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Hi, konnichiwa minasan. I'm Jo Melissa Quiñones from Philippines. I am currently working here at Japan as a hotel checker at Sodexo Freza Inn.
What were the reasons that motivated you to come to Japan?
The reason why I come here in Japan is, aside from money, is I would like to have a broader perspective and to experience the culture, the food, and what Japan has to offer.
Can you tell us about your current work or study situation in Japan?
My current situation is I'm handling the part-timers, and then I train them and teach them how to properly clean the room, and then after that I check it for it to be ready for our guests to arrive in the hotel and to accommodate them as they're newly checked in.
What were some of the challenges you faced when you first arrived in Japan?
My challenges here when I arrived in Japan is the longingness of my family, and the number one is the communication. It is hard for me to speak Nihongo, but then after I studied 1 year in Nihongo Gakko, gradually I know how to speak and communicate with them.
How has your perception of Japan changed since you started living here?
My perception is Japan has a lot of entertainment, and beside that, in terms of work, they always work hard, and then they do overtime, and they follow the time schedule. And when I arrived here and live here for 1 year, it doesn't change my perception here in Japan, because they are so passionate in their work, and the entertainment also. They have a lot to offer.
How has your experience of living and working in Japan impacted you personally?
Living and working here in Japan is that my personal experience in terms of financially, it gives me security, because unlike in my country, Japan paid more of my work.
Have you experienced any significant career development or growth as a result of being in Japan?
In terms of work, it gives me a broader perspective, because not just Japanese worker you encounter, you also encounter different nationalities, and it gives you the perspective of having a cultural differences and how to adjust that in terms of working together.
Could you share any interesting cultural experiences you had during your time in Japan?
I find it interesting because in these modern times, they continually do it, the tea ceremony, and they still wear the kimonos. And it's very different from the movies, because if you experience it personally, it's really different. You can see the preserved culture of Japan.
Lastly, based on your experiences, what advice would you give to other foreigners interested in living and working in Japan?
Those who would come here to Japan, my advice personally is to learn the basic Japanese, the basic conversation of Japanese, and for those who are going to study here, I know this is really hard studying Nihongo, and at the same time you're also doing your part-time job, and then in terms of work, you should do your best at all times. And coming here in Japan is really challenging. You should prepare your emotional, mental, and physical. But if you overcome those, it will be worth it.
In Journey of Voices, a foreigner's experience in Japan, we celebrate the richness and cultural exchange, fostering understanding and embracing the story that unites us all. Journey of Voices, a foreigner's experience in Japan, exemplifies the transformative power of education, hard work, and international cooperation in achieving sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth. By documenting the success story of an individual who pursued education and employment opportunities in Japan, the documentary aligns with Sustainable Development Goal SDG 8, promoting full and productive employment, decent work, and economic growth. Additionally, it emphasizes the importance of eradicating forced and child labor, protecting labor rights, and providing inclusive opportunities for migrant workers. The project's execution involving a diverse team reflects the collaborative spirit and learning experience promoted in the project instructions. Overall, this documentary showcases the potential for cross-cultural understanding and the positive impact of educational and employment opportunities on individuals and the wider world.